Holy shit. He said what?
I want to play you the first of these South Park clips and get you to react.
Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving twife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving twife has always wanted her privacy!
2 seconds later.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
This one brilliantly exposes some of the Sussexes' laughable hypocrisy. Watch.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
Ooh, what's this? Meghan Markle just posted a photo. Running lines with my love. Hashtag working actor. Ugh, she's not even on a set. That's it. I'm muting her.
The Duchess of Sussex shared a photo of herself cuddling her daughter on Instagram and a never-before-seen picture from her birth.
The worldwide privacy tour on South Park, it's come to life. That's what we're witnessing in this hospital room right here.
Sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim. Yeah, that's totally me.
South Park is stirring the pot once again, and this time, Meghan Markle is smack in the middle of the firestorm. After a recent pregnancy video of hers went viral for all the wrong reasons,
the couple have been begging for privacy, and South Park has done a parody of this, and apparently it has really upset Meghan Markle.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone are reportedly cooking up a full-blown DEI special. And yep, it's already making waves in Hollywood. Sources say Meghan's team is livid. Meanwhile, South Park? They're doubling down. And word is Paramount's quietly nodding in approval behind the scenes. So what's the drama really about? It all started when Meghan dropped a controversial pregnancy video on Instagram.
Meghan Markle posted a bizarre video on her social media yesterday, which sent several people into absolute meltdown.
Meghan Markle has posted a cringy video of her and Prince Harry dancing in a hospital.
That man loves me so much. He's also a fox.
What was likely meant to be heartfelt turned into a full-blown PR disaster. The video spread like wildfire, but instead of praise, it drew a tsunami of backlash. And it wasn't just the usual internet noise. Major industry players, we're talking A24, even Paramount-adjacent execs, started backing away, fast. The clip didn't just flop, it detonated whatever goodwill Meghan still had in certain Hollywood circles. And just when it seemed like it couldn't get worse, South Park entered the chat.
These two are not sincere people. They say that they want their privacy while going on every television show, writing books, doing 6 hours of Netflix. They're not very likable, and people are tired of them.
It's so quiet and empty here. If we moved her, then people would think we're really serious about wanting to be normal. It does seem perfect, doesn't it?
South Park didn't waste a second. The moment Meghan's video started trending, Trey Parker and Matt Stone saw it for what it really was. Not a mistake, but material. And this time, they had a secret weapon locked and loaded: Cartman Kennedy. If you're out of the loop, Cartman Kennedy is the unhinged, satirical Frankenstein of two cultural forces: Eric Cartman, the show's chaos-loving core, and Kathleen Kennedy, the Lucasfilm exec behind Star Wars' recent direction. South Park first unleashed this mashup in the viral Panderverse special, a razor-sharp jab at forced diversity, corporate storytelling, and Hollywood's obsession with optics over substance. Now they've brought her back, with a vengeance. The new sketch, insiders say, drops Cartman Kennedy into Meghan's world. She's not just a cameo. She's the self-righteous director behind Meghan's viral video.
Prince Harry allowing a video like that so private to be put into the public domain to try and make some sort of point is equally awful.
This might be the smallest palace I've ever been in.
An apartment, so.
Yes, an apartment palace, I know that.
The mastermind demanding more twerking, more tears, and more feminist empowerment energy. Dressed in a power suit TM and constantly shouting phrases like, "Make it feel iconic," while adjusting the fake bump, Cartman Kennedy isn't just mocking one figure. She's dragging an entire industry under the microscope. And South Park isn't subtle about it. Every line from Cartman Kennedy is a satirical sniper shot. This needs to look emotional, but curated. Or, let's reshoot that hug. Your vulnerability felt a little too real. It's absurd, hilarious, and uncomfortably accurate.
What matters is what we have on the inside.
it. They nailed it.
I think he goes on to say, so you wrote a book talking about your family. Does that not make you a journalist too? And then they kind of stare at each other like dumbfounded. Do you see any of the real Diana in Meghan? Did you?
No.
Really?
No. Sorry.
The sketch doesn't just parody Meghan's video. It pulls apart the why behind it, the performance, the branding, the manufactured intimacy that Hollywood has turned into a product. But here's where things start to sting. South Park is building something bigger than a gag. They're turning Cartman Kennedy into a recurring character, a stand-in for the puppeteers behind the curtain, the handlers, the consultants, the entire ecosystem that sells empowerment as a hashtag and then edits it to fit the algorithm. This isn't just Meghan's parody anymore. It's open season on the image machine. But South Park didn't stop there, because someone else showed up on set. And his role in the chaos? That changed everything. If Meghan's parody wasn't already cutting deep, South Park decided to twist the knife by dragging someone else into the spotlight, Prince Harry. Or as South Park now refers to him in whispered sarcasm, the guy with the smoothie.
This particular episode was quite scathing in the grains of truth that it held. You know, I'm not sure how the Sussexes are taking it. Obviously, it is a cartoon, but there's so many moments of truth in that episode that makes it so funny.
And then they put out pictures of Lilibet, but it doesn't. You see her half covered. Right. But what you always see is Meghan. So it's all about Meghan again.
In the latest version of the sketch, Harry isn't the royal rebel or bold truth teller the press once painted. He's something entirely different. A passive-aggressive, smoothie-sipping sidekick, awkwardly hovering around the hospital set, tossing in useless notes like an overpaid Hollywood producer who doesn't actually do anything. Basically, the guy who shows up late and still insists he's in charge. His first line in the sketch? Does this lighting scream empowered motherhood or more like staged vulnerability? And it only gets more cringe from there. South Park paints Harry as an eager but clueless observer, desperate to appear supportive but clearly confused about what he's even supporting. He paces around the fake hospital room with a clipboard, throwing out vague buzzwords like organic, authentic, and narrative cohesion. It's like he's trying to direct a Sundance film, but he's stuck inside an unhinged TikTok. The implication is brutal.
Hey.
Did you know it's cold in there?
Yeah.
Must be an American thing.
It's not.
But wait, watch this. Amazing, right?
Can we rally him up here and finally have our own privacy? My love, I will do anything for your privacy.
Yeah, I loved it.
That Harry isn't just part of Meghan's narrative, he's helping produce it. Not in a sinister way, but in a Hollywood yes man kind of way, more focused on optics than reality. And of course, South Park doesn't let that slide. Cartman Kennedy, now in full meltdown mode, berates Harry's character mid-scene for ruining the feminist arc with his male gaze smoothie energy. It's a moment so wildly absurd it borders on genius, and that's exactly the point. South Park is dragging them both, not just as individuals, but as avatars of curated chaos. To viewers, it's clear. Harry isn't portrayed as malicious, just lost, trapped in a PR machine he helped build, but can't seem to control anymore. The guy who wanted to leave the circus, only to start juggling again in another tent. And the smoothie? It becomes a recurring visual gag. He's always sipping, always watching, never actually helping. It's symbolic, stupid, and scathing all at once.
It is uncomfortable. I don't think, because she's done this before for photos, I don't think that is a real baby bump. I think
way too big. It's way too big.
And sort of too low as well.
Yeah, it's like a metre out there. I mean, it looks the wrong shape.
Where's she going to give birth there? Through her knees or something? I mean, that is too low.
But as absurd as the sketch gets, it's what's happening behind the scenes that really turns the story upside down. While South Park was busy animating fake hospital bloopers and smoothie jokes, Meghan Markle's real-world response was anything but cartoonish. According to inside sources close to both Paramount and South Park Studios, the Duchess of Sussex didn't just roll her eyes at the parody, she hit the panic button hard. It started quietly, a few polite phone calls, a legal rep reaching out to inquire about the production schedule. Nothing too dramatic, at first. But the second Meghan got wind of the actual script content, everything changed. What followed was a full-blown legal offensive, launched like clockwork. We're talking high-powered attorneys sending warning letters, cease and desist threats, and sternly worded memos directly to Paramount execs. Insiders say her team framed the skit as a direct assault on maternal dignity and a thinly veiled attempt to publicly humiliate a woman during a vulnerable time.
do you mention? Why is this beloved privacy that they talk about?
Yeah.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
They don't want attention. This is just so attention. This is all about her. It's not about Lilibet.
The timing was no accident. Meghan's team reportedly pushed to block the episode before it entered final animation, hoping to catch it in that narrow window where tweaks are still possible. But they underestimated one thing. Trey Parker and Matt Stone don't blink. These are the same guys who've satirized every major religion, mocked entire nations, and gone toe-to-toe with Scientology. Celebrity pushback? That's not a deterrent, it's fuel. So instead of backing down, the South Park team doubled down. Behind the scenes, the production timeline accelerated. Storyboards were locked, animators pulled overtime. The skit, once penciled in as part of a broader segment, was now being elevated to centerpiece status. Meghan's legal efforts didn't kill the sketch. They made it front-page material. And here's the wildest part. While her lawyers were firing off letters, Paramount execs were quietly chuckling in executive suites. According to leaks from inside the studio, they viewed the blowback as free publicity. One insider reportedly quipped, "She's promoting the episode better than our marketing team ever could."
You can't sue a cartoon. It's satire. It is what it is. South Park has done episodes on the royal family, on the royal wedding of Kate and William, for instance. So it's not something that they would be able to sue about. And I genuinely just don't believe it, really.
Still, it wasn't all laughs behind closed doors. Paramount did take some precautionary steps, just in case things got messy. A soft PR contingency plan was drawn up. Legal combed through the entire segment frame by frame. The result? A clean bill of legal health. The satire was protected. The visuals exaggerated enough. The dialogue, while brutal, fell squarely within fair use parody guidelines. And that's what makes this such a high-stakes checkmate. Meghan launched every tool in her arsenal. Legal, PR, emotional appeal. And still hit a wall. Because in the US, satire isn't just tolerated. It's protected with a legal force field almost no celebrity can break through.
They're putting themselves on the world stage using expensive PR while demanding privacy, while writing books, while being on Oprah that had 50 million viewers. People who want privacy don't do that. You live your life quietly in privacy. So it's such hypocrisy. I think they did a brilliant job.
Behind the scenes, her advisors were split. Some pushed for a louder response, maybe even a press conference. Others reportedly begged her to drop it entirely and avoid giving the show even more attention. But if Meghan's past media battles are any indication, silence isn't her preferred strategy. But here's where the story flips again. Because while Meghan fought to kill the segment, South Park was already stitching in their most savage twist yet. It starts in a chaotic hospital room. Flickering lights, medical props, and Meghan Markle in a gown, striking melodramatic poses while cradling an obviously fake baby bump. But this isn't just a scene. It's the setup for something far more brutal. South Park's parody of a full-blown Hollywood-style pregnancy reveal trailer.
They say they hate journalists. Harry hates journalists. But to pay PR who say what you want and who, shape social perception in your favor while also disparaging and lying about others, thereby reaching their privacy. I think the whole, worldwide privacy tour is hysterical.
As the music swells and camera angles go full Oscar bait, the sketch flips the tone on its head. Cartman, as the unhinged Cartman Kennedy, shouts about capturing raw maternal power, while Kyle fumbles with a boom mic and Stan adjusts lights mid-twerk. It's chaos, staged to perfection. Then comes the twist. The entire segment becomes a faux movie trailer titled Respect Our Pregnancy.
I've read Spare. I've read it cover to cover. They are a damaged couple. They are people in trauma. If you think about it, Meghan got everything she wanted. She got the husband, she got the children, she got the HRH, she got everything that allowed her to rise up and have that global recognition that we know how badly she wanted that.
Complete with bloopers, emotional montages, over-the-top graphics, and hashtags like empowerment filtered and royal realness. The message? None of it's real. The bump, a prop, the tears, timed, the emotion, directed. And just when you think it's over, Prince Harry, thinly veiled and smoothie in hand, leans in with notes. Let's add some light that screams resilience. It's a pitch-perfect dig at the machinery of curated celebrity vulnerability, not just Meghan's role in it. What South Park pulls off here isn't just mockery, it's a takedown of how fame is staged, filtered, and monetized. So why did this South Park episode land like a punch to the throat? Because it didn't just mock Meghan, it exposed the playbook. It nailed the formula. Personal trauma, plus glossy media, plus curated victimhood. monetized sympathy. And for the first time, that formula looked obvious.
Every single project they have touched has turned to shit, and this for me is a final straw because there is nothing royal about this. These two are now an international embarrassment for the royal family, and I really, really do think that the time has come to strip the titles.
The minute you sign a $100 million deal with Spotify, and now you're posting yourself twerking, this is getting worse, this video.
The satire worked because it held up a mirror to something we all sensed but hadn't fully said. That Meghan's brand isn't just about advocacy, it's also about control. Controlling the narrative, the visuals, the victim status. And South Park torched that control. The timing made it worse, or better, depending on your view. Meghan and Harry had just wrapped a docuseries, a podcast, and were in full PR mode. The episode arrived like a glitch in the Matrix. A moment where the audience suddenly saw the strings. For some fans, it was funny. For others, uncomfortable. But for Meghan's team, it was a problem. You can clap back at tabloids, but you can't clap back at cartoons. And when satire breaks the illusion, that illusion doesn't fully come back. By now, it's clear this wasn't just another South Park jab. It was a cultural pivot point. For Meghan Markle, for celebrity branding, and even for the show itself. For over 2 decades, South Park has mocked presidents, religions, tech moguls, even Oprah's anatomy. But the Meghan and Harry segment hit different. It didn't just get laughs. It shifted real-world narratives. That's rare. And the brilliance? It wasn't mean for the sake of being mean. The DEI episode was scalpel sharp. It cut through the noise of victimhood branding, media manipulation, and curated vulnerability. Meghan became the poster child for a new kind of influencer, one who speaks the language of trauma and empowerment, but always with a business plan behind it. And viewers saw it. Some who'd never questioned the Sussexes started asking hard questions. Others, who already rolled their eyes at their brand, felt vindicated. Either way, the episode did what true satire does. It clarified public feeling. It also confirmed something bigger. South Park isn't just surviving the streaming age, it's thriving. This wasn't a nostalgic comeback. It was proof that Matt and Trey still know how to poke culture's sore spots, and do it in a way that lands. Meanwhile, Meghan's media image? A bit bruised, not irreparable, but definitely adjusted.
It makes them newsworthy. So you either then ignore what people are talking about and debating and having all the silly stuff about the fake bump and so on, or you embrace it and we do a debate and it's always the same stuff, right? You two are never going to give an inch. I'm never going to give an inch the other way. We're losing time from our lives. We're never going to get back with these people.
The once untouchable Duchess now exists in a different light. One filtered through cartoon absurdity and cultural fatigue. And maybe that's the legacy of this episode. It wasn't about destroying Meghan. It was about showing how even the most polished public figures are vulnerable, not just to criticism, but to truth wrapped in humor. Because when satire hits right, no PR strategy in the world can outmaneuver it. So here we are. What started as a glossy social media moment, a carefully lit pregnancy reveal, has morphed into one of the most brutal, satirical takedowns in recent memory. And not by accident. South Park didn't just parody Meghan Markle. They peeled back the curtain on the whole ecosystem, the influencer industrial complex, the weaponization of victimhood, the performance of authenticity in a world that thrives on optics over truth. And as the DEI special rolls out, the message is loud and clear. In this era, you can control your lighting, your hashtags, your captions, but not the spotlight. Not when South Park is in the room. The Duchess may still speak out. A TED Talk, a heartfelt op-ed, maybe even another documentary. But no matter how the next chapter unfolds, her brand has been rewritten, not by tabloids or trolls, but by 4 cartoon kids from Colorado. The satire didn't destroy her. It exposed the contradiction, and maybe that's what stings the most. Now the question is, what's next? For Meghan, for South Park, and for the rest of the celebrity class watching this from the wings. Wondering, are we next? If you're into unfiltered storytelling, cultural takedowns, and the chaos behind the curated, hit that subscribe button. This isn't over, not even close.